Hello and welcome to Master Debate. I'm your host, Ian Kirsch. Today we'll be debating over which household pet is superior, cats or dogs. Some factors to consider are general characteristics of each pet, maintainability, and the practical uses each pet brings to the table. Brianna on my right will be representing the dogs, and she will go head-to-head on her left with Allison, defender of the cats. So to start things off, let's discuss some of the positive characteristics of each of your pets. Brianna, we'll start with you.
Well, first of all, dogs help promote a very healthy lifestyle. You can walk them in the morning, you can walk them at night, you can walk them in any weather. They also can swim with you, and there's so many ways you can play with dogs. You can obviously throw a ball, you can throw the ball into the pool and have them swim to you. Also, another thing, dogs can eat your scraps, which is really good, and dogs are great protection for your household.
All right. Allison, she's saying a lot of things like they're promote an active lifestyle and they're friendlier. What do you have to say about that?
Just because a pet doesn't have an active lifestyle doesn't mean it's less good of a pet. For example, cats are so calm and quiet, which is very good, especially for people who have anxiety like me. They stay indoors, which is nice because now you're not tracking all the mud and dirt and grime from outside the house inside the house. They're easier to maintain because they usually clean themselves. And also, they just go in a litter box. You don't have to go outside in the freezing cold to pick up a piece of dookie after they get it out.
So, Brianna, a big argument against dogs is that they're, too loud and, always barking all the time. What do you have to say about that?
I'd say just train your dog. It's really not that hard. It's actually pretty easy for most breeds of dogs. Also, barking, some people like it because it can be great for if you have an intruder coming in your house in the middle of the night and they bark. It could save your life. What is a cat going to do? Sleep right through it because they're lazy.
Not necessarily.
So, yeah.
So another thing about cats is obviously dogs come in a lot more different shapes and sizes and breeds. Do you think that, has any impact on them being better than cats?
Well, cats also have a ton of different types of breeds, and each has a different, like dogs, they have different personalities, and how they clean themselves and how they act. There are certain breeds of cats that are known to be more playful. There are some cats that are known to be more calm. You just have to pick the right breed.
Well, have you ever seen a hairless dog? Because hairless cats are really ugly.
They are cute ugly. Don't you dare hit on them. I'm adopting one when I get
older.
Dogs
are cuter because they have hair.
So
you're against bald people?
Brianna, Allison was saying how cats are a lot easier to maintain and cleaner and all of that. What do you have to say? You think dogs?
Honestly, people like washing dogs because they get all cute and they like to shiver, and then you can cuddle them up. It's really not that hard to wash a dog. Also, people get dogs based on size. If you want a big dog, you can get a big dog. If you want a small dog, you can get a small dog. If you want a big cat, it's probably going to be obese and die soon. But if you want a big dog, it can still live a long, happy life.
Not necessarily.
And also, if you get a big dog or a small dog, you'll be more willing to clean it because you're like, I invested in this big dog, I have to wash it.
Have you ever seen videos of huskies going to groomers?
Then don't get a husky.
Allison, I have to say something else. So, dogs you see all the time being service animals, going out blind, seeing eye dogs. What are some of the practical uses that you see cats doing day to day?
Well, they can track rodents in the house, which if you have a rodent problem, like some of the dorm buildings at Ithaca.
So can dogs. My dog has killed a mouse before.
They're not known for that, though.
They still can.
And as I mentioned earlier, cats are great anxiety pets. I've met quite a few people who have one as an anxiety pet, and they work really well.
So another thing to consider is also, most families have pets and most families also have young children. So Brianna, why do you think dogs would be better in that circumstance, playing with kids and such?
I think dogs are great for kids because kids drop food all the time on their high chairs and the dogs can eat it right up. So parents don't have to worry about cleaning it up. Also, kids love to play. They have so much energy, and all they have to do is throw a ball back and forth and the dog bring it back to them, and they get the most joy out of it. And it really wears out their energy.
So Allison, she's saying a lot about playing. I mean, what do you have
You
to
can
say?
play with
More
cats.
energetic?
Have you ever seen the pointy laser things? Those are so entertaining. And then you also have balls of yarn. You have cat toys. There's those little machines that a mouse pops up and they swat it. It's so darn cute. And also you have the string toy where you have the stick and you have something dangling and the cat's just...
Yeah, but cats sleep 20 hours of the day, so that gives you like 4 hours of your child to play with your cat rather than a dog who can play with, or dog who your children can play with all day long.
Well, you technically shouldn't be playing with the dog all day long. You need to give the dog a break.
The dogs are not lazy, so.
Yes, there are lazy dogs. I have seen lazy dogs.
So another thing to consider, cats, a lot of people say, they're too quiet, they're not, playful enough and such. We just talked on that a little bit, but that they're kind of more self-sufficient. Dogs, require a lot more, exercise and all that, but, some people don't have the time to deal with that. What do you have to say?
Well, I mean, like I said, you get a dog based on your needs. So if you get a breed that doesn't really require as much exercise and stuff like that, then you can kind of base it off yourself.
Okay, so we're about to wrap up here, but I'm going to give you each a chance to give any final thoughts. Brianna, we'll start with you. Why are dogs better?
I just think dogs are better because they're not lazy, and most people aren't allergic to them. I don't know anyone that's allergic to a dog. They're so fun to play with. They have so much energy. They always bring life into your house, and anyone who walks in your house, they'll run right up and wag their tail, and I just think dogs are better.
Okay, Allison, final thoughts. Counter to that.
Cats are just adorable, especially kittens. We have cat cafes. Those are great. And just in general, they're just really friendly, and they're just nice and quiet and calm, and I love that.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time for today. Thank you, both of you, so much for participating. We'll let our audience decide which pet won that debate. But coming up next, Pete Johans falls into a deep depression after his TA Jordan Broking moves to LA and leaves him in the dust. Also, Jeremy Goldstein revels as a cycle of verbal abuse and broadcast performance comes to an end. Stay with us.